Hell is forever. There are humans and angels who will spend eternity being tormented. Why? What is the purpose? If you're done with something, why not get rid of it? Why keep it in the background when it serves absolutely no purpose? As far as I know, it's not like human prisons where the prisoners at least do forced labor. However, that would be giving them purpose and the satisfaction of accomplishment even if they did not enjoy it. If I know that someone will mess up my house, I will not let her go through the door. Even if someone asks me why I did so and they do not believe me because they did not see it happen, and as a consequence, they might doubt my word and not trust me wholeheartedly. I still don't think it is right to allow someone that I know will do evil into my house just so later I can justify their eternal punishment. If I was doing this as a demonstration of my power of the power of free will and real-life consequences, it still doesn't justify the creation of those beings. Yes, I'm revealing what is in their hearts and what they are willing to do to others to get their way, but isn't that called entrapment? Guess there's nothing wrong with enticing people since, in the end, it was their choice whether or not to act upon those desires, and there are a ton of people who did not bite the apple. Can't God eliminate souls? Is that the issue here? Once they're created, they're no longer capable of non-existence? However, since we come from God, we've always existed. Not us, but our ingredients. Nevertheless, no. If that were the case, he could just sedate the damned, and they wouldn't know what was happening. Yet he makes sure they are conscious, and they have a body so they can weep and gnash their teeth. Cute, isn't it? Why create those who will spend eternity in hell? Why? So, they can be the adversaries, the accusers of the righteous? Why? God could have just made machines to make us grow, but that wouldn't be real, I guess. I can't believe I'm worried about the suffering of those who joyfully cause suffering. Still, no reason for them to exist. Well, perhaps the number one thing that matters is life or existence, no matter what kind it may be. Since there's absolutely no way we should abort the undesirable ones and murder, not murder, kill, sorry, I meant euthanasia of the impaired. Maybe that's it. Life overrides everything, and you decide what you do with it. Yet I do think we should bring back capital punishment since I'm tired of seeing rapists and kidnappers only get something like 3 years when the Mosaic law says they rightfully deserve death. It makes no sense to keep them housed and fed with our tax money and give them the opportunity to eventually do their evil again and again and again. Therefore, once again, we're back to the same issue of why did God create those who are going to hell if he himself knows the best way to get rid of evil is by getting rid of evil? When people die, they don't cease to exist. They simply go to a different plane. A different kind of prison. They can no longer harm us, and that's what hell is for. They want to cause pain and suffering? So, they shall have it for eternity. Pathetic losers. That's right. That's what we need. Separation from those who think and act differently from what God says. Gehenna shall be their dwelling place. I still hope there's some purpose, something to do in hell. Are they truly just going to walk around and do nothing but continuously think of who and what they've lost? Scripture says to those in heaven that the bad things we went through won't even come to mind. Does that mean they won't even get to enjoy their past memories? Rough. Who wants that? Guess all that selfish pleasure was for naught. People don't want to go to hell, but they don't want to follow God. Yet they think they deserve or can buy their way into heaven. They actually think they can do evil and good at the same time, and God will only look at the good they did and excuse their evil. It will be sad, but extremely satisfying. And my loved ones were only loved ones as long as we loved the same things. When that ended, we naturally went our separate ways. Therefore, if they don't love the Lord, why do you love them? What is it that keeps you tethered to them? Whatever it is creation, not the Creator.